Yesterday, we have learned about the interface of the Tinkercad. Okay. Now, I found that some of the students have difficulty in some of the tools of like align, grouping, ungrouping. Okay. So first we will do that and then we will continue to make the nut of our this project. We have left with completion of this nut, and next we will move to this drawing of this chess pawn, and if we get some time more then we will go with the spanner. Okay, even if we don't do the spanner, what I will do, I will ask you to complete it. I will just give you a fresh idea about how to do it. Okay, so that you can just send me your projects and I will just give you the comments of it. Right? Okay, so let's start with your Tinkercad. All of you, please open your screen. Come to this Tinkercad workplane. Okay. Now, when I will ask you to go to your previous projects, you can go to that, right? Right now, just be focused what I am telling you, right? And I've opened the chat box. Yes, nut is pending. Yeah, we will do that today. But before that, I will separately tell you how to create that whole, okay, alignment. Everything I will tell you separate in two separate objects, and then we'll go to that. Okay, so let's get started without wasting any time. Now, what I want, you should select a box over here and keep it on your work plane and take a cylinder. Okay. No, it's not a new project. I'm just telling you in this, by using these two objects, I'm telling you how to align two objects, how to group them, how to ungroup them, and how to create a whole. Okay, whenever you are asked to create a whole, how to create that. Okay, right. Okay, so we have selected two objects. What I want, just reduce its diameter, the diameter of the cylinder you see. Okay, just reduce it to 10. 10 from both the sides. Okay, both the lengths you see, it should appear like this only. Okay, don't make your cylinders, or even if some of you have made that threaded portion in oval shape. Okay, so please, when you change the dimension, change from both the ends, this lengthwise and widthwise. Okay, yeah. Okay, now what you do, you also increase its height a little bit. It's presently, I think it's 20, make it 30. Okay, now what I will do, I will first keep this object over this block, and I will show you how to align two objects, how to group it, and then I will come to how to create a hole in this block. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to place this object over this. Okay, I'll check its height. Its height is 20, right? That means I have to raise my second object over this work plane by a height of 20 mm so that I can exactly place over it. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll click on this black arrow. You see this object, I'll just focus on that. Yeah, this black arrow you see, I will just click on it and raise it. Okay. So the moment you start raising it, you will see some digits appearing over here. Just click on that and write 20. Okay, just write 20. Click on this black arrow. Okay, raise it a little bit. You will see some values over here. Just change it to 20 and click anywhere in the workspace. Fine. Okay, after that, what you will do, you will click on this second object, the cylinder, and click in the middle and drag it over this block. Just drag it to any place. Eventually, we will align those two objects together. So just drag it over the top surface like this. I hope all of you are following this. Okay. Now next what we have to do, we will be using the tools you see over here in this tab. We will be using these tools: alignment, grouping, ungrouping. Okay. Now what I will do, yesterday I have asked you to select one of dimension of cylinder. What I did, I have raised the height to 30 and it is the diameter, I've kept it as 10. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm selecting these two objects. How I'm doing this? I've told you to take your cursor, okay, click left button of your keypad or the mouse and drag your cursor to cover both the objects and leave it. By doing this, you will be selecting both the objects. Okay, I'm telling you how to join. I'm coming to that. Just wait. Okay, now when I have selected these two objects, first thing what I will do, I will align them. Okay, align them so that their centers are common. Right now they are not aligned. So for align, the second last option you see in your this panel on the right hand side, the second last option is aligned. Okay, just click on align. As soon as you click on align, you will see some dots appearing on near your objects. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to click on the center one, lengthwise, widthwise. If it is aligned along the center, it will appear in gray. Okay, if it's not, it will appear in black. When it appears in black, you have to just click it so that it can get aligned with the center. I repeat it once again. When you select both the objects, your options over here gets activated. You have to click on align. After clicking on align, some dots will appear on the surface like this. Okay, with reference to which you have to align it. So since I have to align with respect to my center, I will be clicking on the center dots. Okay. In my screen, if you see clearly, it is appearing in gray. That means both the objects are aligned with respect to the center. Okay. Once this has been done, my objects now are aligned about one center. I can check this also. Now come to this left hand side panel, you will see over here, switch to orthographic. Okay, by switching to orthographic view, what will happen? See, when you switch and click on top, you will see your object like this. Okay, it will appear to you there is a square and there is a mid circle in between. That means you can see that both the things are aligned together. Now again, you click on that orthographic option, it will come perspective view. Perspective view means back to the 3D view option. Okay, I will repeat once again. When you click on this orthographic projection, it will appear to you as 2D drawing. Okay, and you have to click on the top, only then you will see it as 2D. Okay, 2D drawing top, you will see it as a square and a circle in mid. Okay, again you click on that orthographic option, perspective view, it will appear to you in 3D. Okay, and just click on the home view, you will see your object like this. Okay, now how to join these two objects together? Again, what I will repeat again, that how to select the objects, just click left key of your keypad or mouse, drag your cursor and select both the objects. After that, you will see again the options get activated over here. The third option from the starting is group. Okay, so when I click on group, this two objects become one single object. As soon as I click on group, I will see the two objects converting into single object. They will appear in single color, right? This is the way you have to join two objects. Okay. Now, if I want to separate the object, what I will do, again, I will select the two objects together And next option, if they are grouped together, you will see the ungroup option. The fourth option, ungroup. Just click on that. And again, these two objects became a separate object, right? If you group together, you will also see that when you drag this object, it will go on together as one object. You ungroup it, it is two objects now. Okay, so alignment, joining, and ungrouping. These three options I told you. Now, how to create a hole? Okay, so what I will do, I will create a hole in this box. Okay, throughout you will see how I have created that. Okay, now first thing what I will do, grouping. Okay, once again I can repeat it. You have to select, press the left key of your keypad or mouse. Okay, and then click on the third option, group. These option gets activated. You will see them in black. Okay, so the option group will be activated. You have to simply click on that. Okay, if you want to ungroup it, just click on ungroup option. Okay, now when I'm making the whole, I want all of you should convert the object, ungroup the object. Please don't group them, otherwise you will not be able to create that whole. Ungroup both the objects. Okay, now what I will do, I will drag this cylinder inside the box. Okay, so for dragging it inside, what I will do, I will click on this black triangle. This black triangle, what it does, it raises and above and below the workspace. So what I will do, I will insert this cylinder inside the block like this. So you rotate your screen, you will see that it will be appearing to you like this. It will be crossing both the ends of this box, this block. Okay. All of you should insert this cylinder inside the block. Fine. If you have done that, next step, what you have to do, you have to select this cylinder, and over here in shape, yeah, I can repeat it again. Just a minute. Those who didn't follow, how to ungroup. Okay. See, when my object was grouped together, it appeared to me in single color. Now I have to ungroup. I will select the object once again, and there is a fourth option is ungroup. Just click on that. Okay. Now I am inserting the cylinder. For inserting the cylinder inside this block, what I will do, I will just select the cylinder. Okay. Height of the cylinder is 30. I've kept it 30. Okay. I will just insert this cylinder inside this block by clicking on this black arrow. So just click on this black arrow. Keep pressing your left key of your keypad or the mouse and just put it down. Without disturbing the alignment, you have to just click on that black triangle and bring that cylinder down. Okay, and click on the right click, hold it and just rotate your screen, right? If you are moving cylinder, the whole cube, that means you have selected both the objects. Select only cylinder. I repeat once again, you have to select only cylinder. When you have ungrouped it, it will appear to you in two colors. After that, you have to select only cylinder. Take your cursor to cylinder and click it. Okay. And then you drag it inside. Okay. Now, what you have to do after dragging your cylinder inside, you see the shape option over here, right? There is solid, there is hole. Click on hole. All of you, please click on the hole option and you will see the cylinder which is insert is appearing to you transparent. Okay. Okay. If you have done this, click anywhere outside the workspace. Now I have a block and a cylinder which is transparent. Still the hole is not created. Okay, now what I will do, I will select both the objects once again, I will select them. What I will do, I will just click and drag my cursor to select both the objects. And over here, I will see a group option, just group it. You have to group both the cylinder. After making cylinder as a whole, you have to group again the cylinder and block. Okay. And the moment you group it, you will see the whole is created. All of you should please follow this step. Anyone who don't get this whole, please just write over there. I will repeat once again. Good. If you have created that whole, how to do in mobile? Mobile, I told you earlier also, it would be difficult for you to do it in mobile. Please repeat once again. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Okay, from solid cylinder I'm coming. Okay, this was the solid cylinder where I've inserted it. Okay, now I will select both the objects once again. For that, I will click left button and I will drag to cover the object. After selecting both the objects, I will click the third option called group. The moment I sorry. Before that, what you have to do after selecting the cylinder only, first select the cylinder and convert it into hole. So I came back a little, one step back again. So first what I will do, I will select the cylinder and convert it into hole. After converting into hole, I will select both the objects once again and group it. The moment I group it, the hole is generated. I think Vinay, you have written repeat. I have repeated it. Please let me know if you have followed it. Okay, if all of you have done that, just please go to your previous project. Go click on this Tinker dashboard and come to your yesterday's project where we have created that the nut and bolt project which was remaining. Just click on that. How to do that? You have, when you click on your dashboard, you will see your file saved by some name where you have created this nut, this bolts. Okay, just click on that and click on tinker this. Okay, fine. So you are back again to your previous project. What you have to do, you have to now prepare your nut. Nut is having a hole, which is the whole surface is in spiral form. Okay, I did not save. You don't need to save it. It will automatically be saved in your Tinkercad dashboard. Okay, you must check it. It will be saved. It will be already saved over there. So what you have to do, yesterday you have made this portion of your nut and bolt project. Just select this. Okay, create a duplicate copy. Okay, so let me delete all the extra parts first. Okay, so that you don't get confused. I will select this much and I will delete. Okay, suppose now I only have this portion left. Okay, I have to create nut. Now what I will do again, I will not go to the shapes again and select it. What I will do, I will create a duplicate copy of this. Okay, I will select this object. Okay, just duplicate it and drag it. Okay. After dragging it, whatever object you have duplicated, just select that and ungroup it. Okay. Now these two entities became separate. Fine. Now what we did, we have inserted that cylinder inside the block to create the hole. Same way we will do with this. Now we will insert this spiral, this metric thread cylinder inside this polygon. Okay. What I will do, I will click on this black triangle once again. Okay. I'll click and I will drag it inside the polygon. Bottom of the nut is not finished. Take a polygon. See, if those who have not done the bottom of the nut, take the polygon, keep it on workspace and just reduce the height to 10. It's done. Spiral one, go to your featured option. You see the Tinkercad written basic shape. Just click over there. You will see featured option over there. Right? In featured option, the third row, you will see this isometric threads. Just take that isometric thread on your panel and increase to any height. Okay, it's your choice. Increase to any height, right? And next, what you will do, you will place this over this. For that, what you will do, you will just drag it inside this polygon. Okay, now. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to, those who have done in this way and those who have done in this way, in both the cases, what you will do, you will drag it inside the nut. Now, what you will do, next step, you will first align them together. Okay, now select both the objects, go to align and check whether they are aligned or not. If they are not, just click on the center dots and make it align. Okay, those who did by this method, go to align and check whether it is aligned or not. Okay. After that, what you have to do, you have to make the center threaded portion as hollow. Okay. You will make it whole, right? So select the center thread only and click on whole. Okay. Select the center thread, click on whole. It will appear to you like this. Right? Next step, select both the objects together. Yes, I can repeat once again. See, I think you have inserted this spiral portion inside your nut. Okay. And next, what you have to do, you have to select both the objects and align them. Check the alignment, whether it is aligned with respect to center or not. After that, select the center spiral portion and make it a hole. Select center spiral portion and over here you will see some color. There will be two colors. One will be in gray and one will be, there is a hole. Just click on inverted triangle over here and you will get the option of hole. After that, select both the objects and just group them. The moment you group them, you will see your nut with grooves inside. Just change the color. Definitely you, yeah. So I have made this nut portion. You can just click on that nut and fit it and you will see. Okay. So this is all about the nut and bolt. I hope all of you managed to create this thing. Okay. Okay, if you have done this, some are saying I should take the spanner example and some are saying I should go with this. So spanner one, see, spanner one will be done in same way, right? So I will discuss both. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will discuss both. So let's start a new project. Go to your Tinker dashboard again. Create new design. Okay, I will discuss both. Don't worry. How to hold. Okay, Rishi, you are a little bit late. I'll come back again to the previous one. Okay. Meantime, all of you should open your previous, sorry, a new work plane should be open. Okay. Attendance, yeah, I will share. Today I will share the attendance after I finish the class. Okay. So have patience. Okay, hole C. Suppose I want to create a hole over here. I'll duplicate it. Okay. So I hope you have inserted the object. Just drag it inside. Okay. After dragging it inside, select both the things, click on align, check whether they are aligned with respect to center, click on the center dots. Okay. Next, select both again. Sorry, no, just select the spiral portion again and click on the hole. Okay. So after doing that, select both the objects and just group them. No, there is in Tinkercad, there is no option to install this software. You have another software called FreeCAD that can be installed. That is also very similar one. Okay. So FreeCAD, you can install it offline, but Tinkercad, it's an online software. Okay. So starting with the project of chess pawn. Okay. So first, what you do, I'll start instructing you. You will do with me. Take a cylinder. Okay. First, take a cylinder. Okay. So Jayant, at times there are things which required alignment across the vertical plane. Okay. So in whichever direction you need the alignment, you use those dots for that. Okay. If you want, you can just click on that and you can check how it works. Okay. So it not in this case, but there are some objects which require alignment in the vertical direction. Okay. Now take a cylinder. All of you should take a cylinder. Yeah, we are doing chess pawn and spanner also. I will tell you. Don't worry. Spanner is not that difficult. You know how to create hole. You can do it easily. It's a 3-step process. Okay. Both the things I will tell you in the same book. Don't worry. So take a cylinder. Now what you have to do, its height, reduce its height to 3 mm. Okay. Take a cylinder and reduce its height to 3 mm. Okay. After that, select a cone. Select a cone, drag it to your work plane. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to keep this cone over this cylinder, or if I can say a circular plate of 3 mm, right? So what should be the height of this cone? It should be 11 mm. So the height of the cone, keep it 11. Okay, diameter, it will remain same. Don't change the diameter. Just change the height of the cone. Please change the height only. The diameter should remain same. Okay. After you did that, if you have changed it to 11, what you have to do? You have to raise this by 3 mm so that you can place it on the base. Okay. So what you will do, you will click on this black triangle and raise this cone by 3 mm. Over here, you will see 3 mm. It has been raised. Okay, click on this and it should be raised by 3 mm. Okay. Third step, what you have to do, you have to place that cone over this base. Okay, we'll do the alignment. Okay. After you place this cone over this base, what you can do, you can just select both of them, click on align and just align it about its center. Okay. So it appears to you like this. Dimension of the cone, only you have to select the cone and change the height to 11 mm. Okay. 3 mm was the height for the cylinder and 11 mm. Okay. Now next what you will do, you will take a sphere. Okay. Alignment, see alignment, what you have to do, you have to select, just click left key of your cursor or the keypad and select both the objects, click on align and check whether they are aligned about the center or not. This will appear black to you because mine is aligned, right? So just click on the center dots so that it gets aligned completely. Okay, now please carefully hear the dimension of the sphere. The sphere height, first come to the height. Reduce the height to 5. Reduce the sphere height to 5 and then change the diameter to 18. Both the sides diameter you have to change. Otherwise it will appear oval to you. Okay. 18 and height. Okay, so cylinder, the yellow portion cylinder height was 3. The cone height was 11. Okay, and the sphere height is 5. Yellow portion is the oval one. See, for this blue portion, you have to go to sphere, select it. Okay, after selecting this sphere, what you will do? You will reduce its heights. Height should be reduced to 5. Okay, change the diameter to 18. Diameter is 18. Okay, 18 from this side, 18 from this side. Okay, select the sphere, reduce the height to 5 mm and change the diameter to 18. Okay. Now next what you have to do, you have to raise it. Okay, just raise it by 3, okay, 3 mm and drag it to this portion. Drag it over the cone and cylinder. Where you have placed your cone and cylinder, you have to drag this portion over there. Take it, click on this black triangle, raise it by 3, drag it over the cone portion. Okay. After placing one more object, I will align them together, right? Cone height, the purple portion height was 11. Then I have drawn, first I made the cylinder of height 3 mm, then cone of height 11 mm. Then I have taken a sphere of height 5 mm and diameter 18 mm. Okay. Now, this one once again, okay. I'll keep this separate. It was a sphere, so I have changed its height to 5. Then I have changed its diameter to 18. Then what I did, I have raised the sphere. The sphere initially was on my workspace, okay? Like this, okay? All the 3 steps, okay. All the 3 steps, okay. Once again, see. Initially, I've taken a cylinder. I've used these 3 shapes, cylinder and a cone, okay? Cone, I have reduced the height to 11. Cylinder, I have reduced the height to 3. See, okay, how much I have to change the length? Okay, I'll come to that. First, let us design it and then I will come to that also. Okay, and I have taken a sphere and I have reduced its heights to 5 and 18. What I've done, I have placed these objects one over the another. So what I did, I have raised this cone by 3 mm. Diameter of the cone was same by what was in the default. Okay, I have not changed the diameter. It was initially 20, so it is same. Okay, so I placed the cone, I have placed the sphere over. Okay, so that was my initial one. So I'll place the sphere, this sphere. I've raised it by 3 and I've placed it over. Okay. Now, next step, aligning. I will do aligning. Okay. I've done aligning, initial aligning. If you want, you can do it now also. You can select it, all the 3 together, click on align and align it about the center. Okay. You can do that now also. Okay. After that, all of you, please follow the next step. We have to select the cone again. Okay. Now, please listen very carefully. The cone height should be, keep it around 23. Okay. And the diameter should be 14. It should be less than the previous one. So 14 this side, 14 this side. 14 and 14. Height is 23. Okay. Again, raise it and drag it. Diameter, it's 14. 14 and 40. And height is 23. After doing this, raise it, raise the cone. Okay. I was here. I have raised the cone and I've placed it over here, above this. Okay. At the end, I will do the alignment. How much to raise? You can see what I have raised. So take it around 8 or 10. Okay. You ultimately, you will keep it over here and join it. So that doesn't matter. It will automatically get aligned and joined together. So just place it over the structure you have made it. Right? Okay. Now, again, we will take a cone. How much? Just raise it by 8 mm or 10 mm. 8 mm or 10 mm will work. Height of the cone is 23. Okay. Fine. Take a cone again. After, okay, I'll come to the question of why they are placed like this. Okay, I'll come to that question. Just first, let me complete it. Okay, let me finish the demonstration. I'll see. I'll tell you what the shape is, right? When you do this step, after that, you will recognize how it is appearing to you like a chess pawn. 2 steps more are remaining, then you tell me, okay? So after this, for this cone, you have to change the height to 19, okay? And you have to change the diameter, both the diameters, keep it 12 and 12. 12, 12 diameter, height 19. I repeat again, 19 is the height of this and diameter is 12, 12. Yeah, you can align after doing this step together. Okay. So after setting the height 19 and making the diameter 12, 12, what you have to do? You have to invert this cone. Invert it. Just rotate it by an angle of 180 degrees. Just change the angle, rotate it by 180 degrees. 180. Okay. The moment you rotate it by 180 degrees, you will see this inverted cone. Okay, like this. Now what I will do, I will raise it again by 10 and just place it over. Okay, just place it such that only small portion of the tip you see of the previous cone. Okay, all of you please follow this. Rotate the angle by 180 degrees. Okay. How to rotate, once again, if you want, I can tell you. Okay, see, this was my cone. I have clicked on this angle and I have clicked on 0 degree and 180, make it 180. Rotate it. Okay, it doesn't change. So 180 and inverted. Height of this cone was 90. Okay, after doing this, just raise it around 10 and just drag it over here. Okay, after doing this, after dragging to this portion, what you do, you select all the objects together. Okay, click on align and align everything about the center. Okay, now you see some cone, this cone has been raised a little bit over here. So I will just put it down so that it goes inside and you will see some shape like this. All of you, please just tell me if you are able to see this kind of shape from all the direction or not. Done. Second cone, the last cone which was inverted, the dimension of that last cone was height is 19 mm and diameter 12. Fine. So if you have got this, many of you have gone this. So last step, you have to place a small sphere over here. So take a sphere. Okay. Last alignment. Okay, last alignment, what I did, I selected all the objects together, click on aligned, and I have aligned all the objects together by clicking on this center dots. Okay, the center one. Fine. The last step, take a sphere. Okay, now reduce the sphere, all the dimensions to 10. All the dimension means the diameter to 10, the height to 10, everything reduce it to 10. Make it a small sphere. Okay. I'll come to that how you will decide. Okay. Just select this. After reducing the size from all the dimensions, just select this, raise it, okay, and place it over here. Okay. Just place it over here. On this plane where you have placed your previous one, just go there. Okay, just drag it to that surface. Okay, just check whether it has been dragged or not. It will be lying somewhere in the space, so better to check that. Even if it is not, then just select all the objects together, align them first around the center, and then just select the sphere only and bring it down. Okay. Height to lift. Okay. What height you have lifted it? Okay. What I did, I have raised it around 10. Okay. Raise it around 10. What ultimately you have to adjust it at the top. Okay. So just raise by any height and take it to the top of the surface. Okay. If it is not getting at the top exactly, what you do, select all the objects together and just click on align. It will align about center and then you can drag it over the surface by using this top one. Dimension of the sphere, keep it 10. Okay, so now you have seen the chess pawn is formed, but still it's not complete one object. Dimension of the sphere is 10, 10 from all the sides. The diameter, the height too. Okay, now select all objects together and group them in one. Okay, select. Yes, I'm sharing the attendance. Just a second, I will share the attendance. Yeah. So change select all the objects and just group them together. Okay, so definitely a chess pawn doesn't look in this color. You can go to your color option and just make it a white one. Okay, you can also duplicate it, just duplicate it. Okay, copy and just duplicate it, and you can change the second color to black, right? So here is your chess pawn. Fine. Okay. Now quickly I will discuss about the spanner too, right? For spanner, I am just how to duplicate. You select the object which you have formed, click on this duplicate option. Just before delete, there is duplicate option. Okay. After clicking, just you have to click to object and drag it. You can't put your sphere on top. What you do, you select the sphere and rest of the part and just align it. The moment you align it, it will come in same center. And then you can drop down that sphere to that surface. Yes, I'm sending. Just give me a moment. I'm just sending. First, I will just send you the attendance sheet. Otherwise, you all will miss that. Yes. Okay. And then quickly in 5 minutes, I will discuss about the spanner. So your attendance link, it's there. Okay. So initially I started with the, okay. So there is one request. So at the starting, what I did, I have taken this cylinder. Okay. And I have just changed its height to 3. Okay. By clicking on this white square, I've changed the height to 3. The starting was this. Okay. Okay. Just a minute. I will just share it once again. Yeah, check it. All the attendees, please check it. Fine. Okay. Let me come to spanner. Just a second. I will see where is my spanner. Okay. So, okay. So this spanner, what you will do, actually what I will do in front of you, I will just separate this all the parts so that you can exactly see, okay, how I formed. So what I did, I have made the spanner using 3 shapes. Okay. So what I did, I take a block initially, I placed it over here. Fine. Now what I did, I have changed the dimension. So I have changed this dimension. It was around 100 by 10, 100 by 10 mm. Okay. Thickness was around 4 to 5. You can keep it. Okay. So see, dimensions, basically 3D printing is the idea of your minds. Whatever idea you got it in your mind, you can make the measurements accordingly. It is not that chest pawn of this size you can make, chest pawn of any size you can make. I have shown you one standard method. Okay. Now, similar way you can try it with different dimensions. Okay. Even you can make a small chest pawn also, very small. Okay. So it's up to you. I've shown you one example. It's the idea of your mind, how you take different dimensions, right? Or either you have a proper design, standard design, that this is my component and I have this standard design with me and I have to make it according to that. So size, how I know it, how I did it, you can make similar chess pawn with some different method. Okay, it's not a constraint, you have to go by this method only. But ultimately the shape should appear something like that. How you do it, it's up to you, it's your creativity. Okay, that's why it's fun. So please remember that it's not a constraint that you can't do with some other method. You can definitely. The ultimate thing, the shape should look like. Okay, coming to spanner, you have to change the size. The length, you can change it to 100. Okay, change the width to 10, height to 5. Okay, so by this you will get something like this. This middle, what I've done, I've break the spanner into 3 parts. the middle portion was formed. Now what I did with this circle. So what I did, I have taken a cylinder. Okay. I've taken one cylinder. The diameter was same what was set in the default. Okay. And another cylinder I took. Okay. And I've reduced its diameter. Okay. You can reduce it by 2 mm, 3 mm. It's up to your choice. Okay. I've reduced it by, say, I've done 80. Okay. 80. And I've converted this cylinder into hollow shape. Okay. The hole. What I did next, I raised a height little bit. Sorry. Raised the height little bit to 30 and I have dragged it inside this. Okay. Ultimately, what I'm doing, I'm creating the hole inside it. So then I have grouped them together. Sorry, it was not aligned. So first you have to align it. Align it first. Okay, align it by center. And then you can create that hole in a similar way what you have done previously. Right, now group it together and you will create something like this. Definitely you have to reduce its height to same what you have reduced. If you have done for 4, just reduce the height to 4. Okay, so this shape will be formed for you. Okay, you can make it, if you want, you can increase it a little bit. I have taken, for example, I've taken it 18. You can go for 15 also inside one. Okay, fine. So next, how I did that, again, I've taken the cylinder of that standard size. Okay, you can take, okay, what you do, this side, the dimension of this cylinder, if I say, you take it around 20 or 25, and dimension of this cylinder, you can take it around 30. Okay, I prefer to go by 30. 30 for this cylinder, 30 and 25 for this. Okay, now after making a cylinder of height should be same what you have kept it previously, keep it 5, and diameter both the sides keep it 30. Okay, 30. Now what I have to do, I have to create this shape, right? It 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. So what I did, I have taken a polygon. Okay, polygon, I have taken it, dragged it over here. Next, what I did, I have reduced the height again to whatever height I have reduced this rectangular block. Okay, and next what I did, I have just increased this side 25, because if you see my drawing over here, you can see that this length was little bit lengthier than rest of it. So what I did, I first made this hollow. I'll convert it into the whole section. And then what I did, I have dragged it inside this cylinder like this. Okay. After doing that, I have just aligned them about this center line and created the hole. Right? Okay, what do you want me to repeat the whole? Repeat the whole section. This one. It is same. See, try to do by yourself. Okay. It is same what we did in the case of after hole. After hole, what I did, I have dragged this component together with this rectangular component. Okay. Now, after creating the hole in this section also, you have to drag these three components together like this. Okay. Together, even if it is inserted little bit inside this, no problem. You have to do that. Okay. Because ultimately you are making it in one component. Next, what you do, you select all the three components together. Okay. Either you can use the shift key or you can drag your cursor and select all the three together and just join them. Group them together. Right? After grouping them, you will see your spanner is formed, and definitely the spanner is never in red color. You can change it into gray, something like that. Okay. Now what I want, all of you should do that and just send me. I'll just give you a review on that. My email ID, once again, I'm sending you. Any doubt, you can just share to me. Yesterday, I have some emails are left. I will respond to you on that. Okay. Dimension of the cylinder. Dimension. See, the left hand side you can keep 25. The right one you can keep 30. Front of the spanner, the diameter you can keep 30. The back one 25. This one 100. The length and the thickness 10. Thickness, sorry, the width 10 and thickness overall you can maintain it as 5 or 4. Okay. Yeah, I will just write it in chat box for your convenience. I will just write it in chat box. You can just have a look over there. My email ID is sent. Okay. Yeah, I will just some of the mails I've received, I didn't reply. So there were too many. So I will try to respond to all. Dimension of cylinder, left cylinder, right cylinder, I'm writing in the chat box. Okay. Diameter is, left one is 25 mm. Okay. I'll write polygon also. Ma'am, you want to instruct them something, you can do it. Meantime, I'm just writing the dimensions for them.
Like the students, if you have any doubts regarding the upcoming sessions or something, please do type it in the chat box. I have shared the link for the recordings also. Every day's recordings will be uploaded a day late. So today's recording will be available day after tomorrow for you. You can take it from the same link. The Saturday quiz, the quiz will be a general quiz. You can join using the same link, like how you have joined today. And it will be at 5:30 only. The instructions will be given on that day, and a mail also you will be receiving by today evening or tomorrow morning. Yes, you will be receiving certificates. You will be receiving e-certificates once the complete summer classes are over.
Okay, so next step, what we will do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will demonstrate you how the slicing software works. So we have made this 3D drawing. After that, the slicing happens. Okay. So how this slicing happens and ultimately how it's get printed. Tomorrow we'll talk in first half about that, and then we'll come to 3D scanners. Okay. Tomorrow you need to go with any software. You will just see what I am doing. Okay. So you can definitely attend it from your phone. Okay. A recording video, ma'am, I've shared the link. So yeah. So I think we can just close the session, ma'am. It's, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I hope you all received ma'am's email ID also. So if you have any doubts, you can just mail her. And we'll see you all tomorrow, the same timing, 5:30. You can join using the same link. I will share more details regarding the quiz tomorrow.